Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared RAND. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, October 16, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a reverse aging health call and all the rest tomorrow, Friday, October 17, after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. You want to make sure you're in a comfortable position, relaxed into your body, no outside distractions, still as a statue, focused on your breath rising and falling. Sooner or later, all of us are going to reach the enlightened state. And this is what lifts the veil, blinding us from the truth, which allows us to see just how magnificent we truly are. So we got this playground of life, right? We create all these illusions to experience. Most of us don't know we're creating them. We think they are from somewhere else. We will become open and available to every experience that life gives us, knowing that each experience is always the right experience for the enlightened being. There is no such thing as a wrong experience. This universe is the most intelligent teacher there is, and it never ever makes a mistake. This universe is this grand weave of perpetual spiritual synchronicity and our karmic destiny. We are this timeless perfection of wild conscious creativity in action, always co-creating a synchro-destined, harmonious play between mind, matter, and spirit. How could this omniscient perfection ever make a mistake or even entertain the idea of what a mistake might be like? When you step back and look at our world from the highest, most heavenly space, it appears that we are this great symphony of souls all working together to reach higher states of consciousness. Of course, we are also these separate beings with unique minds, hearts, and individual lives. Yet this separating aspect is not the biggest truth. The greatest truth is that we are intimately connected with everything and everyone else in this universe. Doesn't matter what species, doesn't matter what civilization, we're all intimately connected. Okay. How many of us have this amnesia? Unknown. Probably, if you were to take a guess, the majority, if not all, in some way, shape, or form. When we surrender, which should be every day, to this larger truth, weaving it throughout our day, the most tantalizing and enlightening moments magically show up. We can feel the presence of something much larger than ourselves is guiding us to a more joyous state of being. What is that? It's the God that we are. We naturally become more essentially available to all the pleasure and joy we are here to experience in this deliciously exquisite existence. By being radically open, raw, naked, and deeply willing to receive whatever the divine existence is offering us in each moment. Enlightenment must pour into us. It simply has no other choice. And when we completely empty out our cup, this universe has to fill it. And the result is a truly intimate connection with this divine intelligence and an abundance of the richest manifesting energy radiating from our core. And by living each moment from this raw, open, vulnerable space, we can become unstoppable in everything and anything that we do. Whenever we are deeply surrendered to life, life surrenders to us. That's really, really, really important to know and to absorb and to embrace and to surrender to. We immediately feel this humble yet empowering connection with everything and everyone. There are no more feelings of lack, unworthiness, or separation with who we are. There is also no need to become someone powerful, superior, and special, so that we cover up that unconscious, insecure self who feels inferior. We can allow all our darker parts to be seen, felt, and heard. Experience life in all possible ways: good, bad, bitter, sweet, dark, light, summer, winter. Experience all the dualities. Not be afraid of experience, because the more experience you have, the more mature you become also. Allow the totality of your darkness and divinity to be revealed as we start feeling into, exposing, honoring, and welcoming all our dark and bright parts. We spend less energy controlling, holding back, hiding, and trying to contain our wild brilliance. Within this relaxation, our full divine nature can spring forth and shower upon this world. We are free to be spontaneous, creative, fully self-confident, and can access our core life energy naturally. We find ourselves resting and abiding in our spiritual essence, which does not judge or condemn anything or anyone, as it is the source of love itself. The most spiritually expansive, loving, healing, and magical experiences in this life instantly start manifesting when we take the risk to look within and be honest, vulnerable, and real with who we think we are. When we remove all our masks with everyone in our lives, drop all our perceived burdens, shed our protective layers, and become totally transparent with everyone in this world, then the supreme enlightened reality sneaks into us. This enlightened perception of life takes over our mind, creating an energetic merging with our ego and spiritual essence. And we feel this awesome, wholesome love for ourselves and others everywhere we go. The secret to this enlightened secret is to be fearless and unraveling and exposing our most enlightened and horrific selves. We must choose to be able to relax and truly be okay with every good and bad idea that passes through our mind and emotions. We must choose not to get stuck on anything. You're like a super slick surface. Nothing sticks to you. All thoughts slide off of you. We cannot take anything that is revealed personally as every idea and concept we have about who we are was handed down to us, programmed in our subconscious minds from our parents, teachers, brothers, sisters, society, and the many generations who were before them. This is all handed down. It's called hand-me-down information. We've lived in a hand-me-down society and species for generations. Resting in silence and stillness of mind, ironically, the cause of our enlightenment and what's blocking us from experiencing it is the same thing. All arrows point to the mind. Okay? You can't, you might go off here and say, oh no, maybe it's this or maybe. It will always lead you back to the mind. And when we transcend the mind, dropping any attachment we have to it, the brilliant light of our being can then shine through, and this brilliance is all we can see in every direction. And of course, a mind is essential to adventure into this great journey, into spiritual liberation. Yet we first must understand, must comprehend what the mind actually is, so that one day we can become free from it. What is it? It's an illusion. So it gives us a choice. There are two roads in front of us, right? We have the ego mind to follow it so that it masters us lifetime after lifetime. Now, we pretty much know what this is, what the ego mind is, right? It's a highly insecure, closed-minded, so to speak, illusion. And it plays itself out every split second. And it believes it knows best and where to direct us all the time. And it's always seeking to win, to have, to get. We know that because we've been around it and it's mastered us many times. Then we have the other road, which is the heart mind. Heart mind is rest and peace. Okay? Bliss, joy, happiness. It's all contained within us. And we don't worry, we don't stress, we don't fear. We manifest with ease. Okay? Things come to us. Huge difference between the two. And we choose, if you do not know what heart-minded in the now is, you're going to stay in ego mind. Now, you have childlike curiosity, which we all have, comes up front and center. It will motivate you to seek heart-minded. You will go within to discover what heart-minded is through childlike curiosity. That's what some of us are doing. The majority are still hooked in the ego mind. Not a negative. It's just something that we have that's basically been worn on us forever. And you believe that you would get to the comprehension that you know what it is, okay? It isn't a secret. It isn't some mystery. You know what it is because you've lived it for so long. Now, you're not angry or, you're not getting even or anything. That's still ego mind. You just step away into the heart. You move, you make decisions, and you direct through the heart. Now, ego mind doesn't care for that because, that means you're moving away. You're embracing tranquility and peace and contentment and happiness and joy, which has always been there. You no longer are seeking it temporarily through ego mind. Because you know that's what it is. We all do. you seek joy and happiness and everything through ego mind. And you get it, but it's short-lived. It's always short-lived. Something else comes in. Then something else comes in. Then something else comes in. And it's an endless parade of things. And then you start to notice, you start to watch your mind, and you notice that it always is striving, judging, analyzing, needing to achieve something. And you may have lived your entire life so far completely wrapped up in the head, which is always focusing on thoughts, concepts, right and wrong opinions, judgments, and belief systems. This is the secret to remaining unenlightened. As long as you're always up in the head, thinking with your brain, running the show, and the rest of your heart, sex center, and physical sensual body is being ignored. That's what's going on this planet. You know that the enlightenment is full body experience. This means that the whole body is engaged in experiencing life, not just the over-analytical mind. See, some of us just do bits of it and concentrate just on those bits, but not the whole shebang. To step back from the mind requires total awareness. Every enlightened experience begins by first taking one step back from the mind and resting into a state of pure awareness. This is why an enlightenment seeker meditates, not to control the mind, yet to transcend all thinking completely, calling forth the experience of total silence, stillness, and pure awareness inside. See, stillness creates an automatic letting go of the constant control, domination, and neediness of the mind. It is something that takes 100% of your devotion and dedication, as the mind is deeply addicted to the outer search. It will spend lifetimes searching for fulfillment in the outer world, believing this is the purpose of life. It will continuously try to fill your time on earth with new information, people, and special goodies out there, never questioning reality or what your heart or soul is really yearning for inside. This is why we have this monotonous reincarnation cycle. The secret to this enlightened stillness of mind is learning how to be 100% surrendered to life. This comes from giving more energy towards the natural, trusting feeling in something bigger than you is running the entire show. This supreme God source and cosmic intelligence is very real and always connected with our core essence. We are a drop of water in this cosmic ocean. We are not separate from this vast sea of bliss until we get caught in the mind and believe we are. When we rest in total stillness of mind, we instantly dissolve back into the sea of bliss, and we find freedom within it all. Lastly, be aware that your mind is a very tricky and slippery critter. So use caution when you approach it. Do not trust the mind or buy into its stories, as it will confidently lead you down one sure path and then switch the next day into following a completely different direction. Trust the heart instead of the mind. The heart lives in love and abides in a connection of oneness with this universe. This is the easiest doorway to enter the experience of enlightenment. When I look inside, I see that I am nothing. That is wisdom. When I look outside and see that I am everything, that is love. And between these two, my life turns. Nisargadatta Maharaj. Everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, this is all about spiritual evolution. It is an awakening, an awareness. And we choose whether or not to step on that path. When you come to the realization that you trust 100% in yourself, this universe, and in this sacred journey through life, always being trusting, open, and available to yourself, this universe and your life is no small matter. Accessing your full enlightened nature is so enormous that we must expand beyond our old comfort zones and trust in something beyond the mind, beyond everything we know. The great secret to living in a continuous state of trust is learning how to abide in the feminine energy. This is the highly fertile experience of openness, deep relaxation, pure receptivity. And when this energy enters our body, it means we have stopped engaging in society's over-controlling, dominating, masculine influence and started welcoming that feminine, magnetic force that is inherent at the core of every atom in creation. This is why they try to, they lower dark matter frequencies. This is why they do everything they can on a continual basis, 24/7, to eradicate the feminine energy, to twist it and destroy it. The feminine energy. Now, this sacred feminine energy is wild, liberating, and is very magnetic. It is inside everything around us. It is very real, organic, and it shows up naturally when we stop pursuing the life that never fully satisfied us. As we turn inwards to find the divine feminine source, we merge with that ancient way of being, which nurtures our very soul. And we find this natural spiritual energy inside our being, and relaxing into this energy allows us to feel at one with this entire universe wherever we go. This is our natural state of being. Okay? The enlightened state. It's within us. It's absolute trust in what is here now. And it's never half-ass about it. This 100% level of trust creates an instant feeling of freedom from doubt, resistance, and fear. The mind stops controlling everything, and it gives up striving to attain a different experience than the one given to you now. When we live from a state of 100% trust, we start allowing this magical universe to unfold however it will. If you're only willing to release 99% control over your life, then ask yourself, what is this 1% still holding on to? Why would clinging to thoughts of fear, doubt, and needing more control be more important than your spiritual freedom? Sure, we could allow for a small percentage of your ego's free will to be there. Yet it's good to explore how this non-trusting ego trip is just some entertaining sideshow and not the real deal. To abide in 100% trust all day long requires a full let-go of your beliefs, addictions, demands on yourself, others, and this world. It means that you stop avoiding your unlimited spiritual nature. Total trust is about you recognizing the divine soul you are and having the deepest devotion to your spiritual self. Secret is about embracing all the joy and pain you find inside. Life is meant to be a continuous trusting process. To master it. This great sacred feminine energy needs to be at our center so we can feel nourished and guided in every moment of our lives. And when we can sit back and allow the great cosmic wheel of life to take over, we'll find out that it's steering our mind to see, feel, and know this is all divine perfection. All journeys are outward journeys. There is no inward journey. How can you turn inwards? You are already there. There is no point in going. When going stops, journeying disappears. When desiring is no more clouding the mind, you are in Osho. Feel the oneness between the spiritual and material world. Feel that oneness. Manifesting our material dream life and the road to enlightenment are two sides of the same coin. When we embrace our natural manifesting ability, we must also open the doors for a greater spiritual depth inside, which is needed to balance everything out. We cannot be fully enlightened unless we are enjoying our connection with the vibrant, rich matrix of powerful manifesting energy that exists in quantum particles all around us, and is what we refer to as the material world. We also cannot totally enjoy any physical riches and luxuries of the material world without being relaxed and surrendered to our divine spiritual energy at our core. These worlds are one world, two sides of the same coin, and they are interdependent with each other, feeding into the other. They cannot exist without each other. If we judge something in the material world as bad, we set up an energetic block inside us which stops our spiritual growth, and vice versa. It is only through surrendering to the merging of our spiritual and material nature that we find the fastest path to freedom. And ironically, you will find the experience of spiritual surrender is one of the greatest manifesting secrets that was ever invented, and causes our dreams and desires to manifest faster than the speed of light. Retire into solitude. Seat yourself on a clean spot in an erect position with the head and neck in a straight line. Control all sense organs. Bow down in devotion to your teacher. Then enter the lotus of the heart and meditate here on the presence of Brahman, the pure, the infinite, the blissful. Kalavaya Upanishad. It's good to know that the road towards enlightenment is the highest spiritual path one can choose to follow through life. Not because self-realization is so challenging to discover and maintain, yet rather because it is also extremely easy and effortless. It is both effortless and ridiculously challenging, which is what makes it so enticing to explore. The mind is often too small of a container to grasp this, and may become confused by this conundrum, which is why we haven't heard about that many enlightened beings in our Earth's history, because there haven't been. The good news is that anyone can step into this empty of mind spiritually awakened state instantly at any moment, since the lights of consciousness is our basic nature. Depending on our programming, it may require decades of searching and efforting to set the mind aside. Remain fully conscious of pure consciousness, totally relaxed in your body and eternally expanding into your cosmic spiritual nature. It's truly the greatest cosmic joke of all that we are trying to attain our natural effulgent state of being, and we already are that. So what could be easier and harder than that? Basically, it means we must choose to make a tremendous effort to be 100% effortless. Isn't that something? Make a tremendous effort to be 100% effortless. We've been taught to be effortless. Effort, effort, effort. Okay? Dig, 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 go, go, go. So on this great journey into enlightenment, you are going to get to pass a few essential tests. What's at stake here is your life's fulfillment on the deepest levels. So you will come across many unexpected curves in the road, perhaps an enormous range of mountains to climb, a massive roadblock to leap over, and many succulent distractions that will stop you in your spiritual tracks. All these tests make the journey even more of a wild and crazy celebration when we are sitting on top of one of these peaks or resting in a green, sunny, warm valley along the way. People don't appreciate things that are freely given as much as those things which they may feel are nearly impossible to attain. No feat that is going to push your boundaries, stretch your limits, and feels outrageous to even imagine is going to be easy to manifest. The amount of struggle, loss, and confusion along your journey is the very fuel that will eventually burn your ego away. So again, it is this universe that has invented the perfect spiritual setup. I join you in the meditation. I'll return to close this out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body. Focus on your breath rising and falling. You ever notice how your mind is a relentless, thinking, striving, and demanding machine? It is always busy, always attempting to create a new you. The ironic thing is that with all the busyness, there's never enough time to stop and experience the real infinite you. Randomly today, be aware of the entertaining thoughts your mind focuses upon. Whatever your stories are about, your past and future, do not buy into them. For today, see how long you can actually remain in the present moment of now and let your mind totally relax. What will it take until all of your internal dialogue stops and the suffering is released? Your body-mind will naturally find this peaceful relaxation when you are giving 100% of yourself to this experience of life, right here, right now. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. Be gentle, kind, generous, humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, and purest, the purest, purest, eternal gratitude at all times. No matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart, allow the magic to flow in.